Jai Sri Krishna. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 9, the passing away of Bhīṣmadeva in the presence of Lord Sri Krishna. Here in the verse 39, it was mentioned that at the moment of death, Sri Bhīṣmadeva addressing to everyone that let my ultimate attraction be to Lord Sri Krishna, the personality of a Godhead. I concentrate my mind upon the chariot driver of Arjuna who stood with a whip hip in his right hand and a bridle rope in his left, who was very careful to give protection to Arjuna's chariot by all means. Those who saw him on the battlefield of Kurukshetra attained their original forms after death. So here it is mentioned Vijaya Ratha Kotumbha Atatroe Tutre Dharta Haye Rasmini Cha Chariyem Isaniye Bhagavati Ratir Astu Me Mumursor Yam Iha Nirikshya Hatagata Sarvarupam. So here the purport is a pure devotee of the Lord, constantly seeing the presence of the Lord within himself because of his transcendentally related by loving service. Such a pure devotee cannot forget the Lord for a moment. This is called trance. The mystic tries to concentrate upon the super soul by controlling the sense from all other engagement, and thus he ultimately attains samadhi. A pure devotee, a devotee more easily attains samadhi or trance by constantly remembering the Lord's personal feature along with his holy name, fame, pastime, etc. Therefore, the concentration of the myst- mystic yogi and that of devotee are not on the same level. The concentration of the mystic is mechanical, whereas that of the pure devotee is natural in pure love and spontaneously news affection. Bhishmadeva was a pure devotee, and as a military marshal, he constantly remembered the battlefield feature of the Lord as Parthasarathi, the chariot drivers of Arjuna. Therefore, the Lord's pastime as Parthasarathi is also eternal. The pastimes of the Lord began from his birth as the prison house of Kansa up to the Mausala Lila. At the end, all move one after another in all the universes, just as the clock hand moves from one point to another. And in such pastime, his associates like the Pandavas and Bhishma are constant eternal companions. So Vishwadeva never forgot the beautiful features of the Lord as Parthasarathi, which even Arjuna could not see. Arjuna was behind the beautiful Parthasarathi, behind Vishwadeva was just in front of the Lord. As far as the military feature of the Lord is concerned, Bhīṣmadeva observed this with more reliance than Arjuna. All the soldiers and persons on the battlefield of Kurukshetra attain their original spiritual form like the Lord after their death, because by the causeless mercy of the Lord they were able to see him face to face on that occasion. The conditioned soul rotating in the evolutionary cycle from the aquatics up to the form of Brahma are all in the form of Maya, or the form obtained by one own action and awarded by material nature. The material form of the conditioned soul are all foreign dresses, and when the conditioned soul becomes liberated from the clutches of material energy, he attains his original form. The impersonalists want to attain the personal Brahma and fluence of the Lord, but that is not at all con- congenial to the living sparks, part and parcel of the Lord. Therefore, the impersonalist two-handed or four-handed is attained by the devotee of the Lord, either in the Vaikuntha's or in the Goloka planet. According to the original nature of the soul, this form, which is 10% spiritual, is the Swarupa of the living being, and all the living being who participate on the battlefield of Kurukshetra on both sides attend their Swarupa as confirmed by Bhīṣmadeva. So Lord Sri Krishna was not merciful only the Pandavas; he was also merciful to the other parties because of all of them attained the same result. Bhīṣmadeva wanted the same facility also, and that was his prayer to the Lord. Although his position as an associate of the Lord is assured in all circumstances, the conclusion is that whoever die looking on the personality of a Godhead within or without attaining his Swarupa, which is the highest perfection of life. That the conclusion given by Sri Vishmadeva. Jai Jagannath, Jai Sri Krishna. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 9, the passing away of Bhishmadeva in the presence of Lord Sri Krishna. Here in the verse 40, it was mentioned that Bhishmadeva addressing to all that let my mind be fixed upon Lord Sri Krishna, whose motion and smiles of the love attracted the damsels of the Brajadharma, the gopis. The damsel imitated the characteristic movements of the Lord after his disappearance from the Rasa dance. So here it is mentioned that Lalita Gati Bilasa Palaguhasam Pranya Nirikshanam Rinishana Kalpatoromanam Naha कुतमनुकुरुतवस्तु आत्मधाधः प्रकृतिमगन् केळयस्य गोपवध्यः. So here the purport is by intense asceticism, ecstasy in loving service, the damsel of Brajabhumi attended qualitative oneness with the Lord by dancing with him on an equal level, embracing him in nu- nuptial love, smiling at him in a joke, and looking at him with a loving attitude. The relation of the Lord with Arjuna is undoubtedly praiseworthy for a devotee like Bhishmadeva. But the relation of the gopis with the Lord is still more praiseworthy because of their still more purified loving service. By the grace of the Lord, Arjuna was fortunate enough to have the fraternal service of the Lord as a chariot driver, but the Lord did not award Lord Arjuna with equal strength. The gopis, however, practically become one with the Lord by attaining attainment of equal footing with the Lord. Bhishma's aspiration to remember the gopis, a prayer to have their mercy also at the last stage of his life. The, the Lord is satisfied more when his pure devotee are glorified, and therefore Bhishmadeva has not only glorified the act of Arjuna, his immediate object of attraction, but has also remembered the gopis who were were endowed with the unrivaled opportunity for rendering service, loving service to the Lord. The copies equality with the Lord should never be misunderstood to be like the Soyuga liberation of the impersonalist. The equality is one of perfect ecstasy where the different conception is completely eradicated. Af- For the interest of the lover and the beloved become identical. So here Bhīṣmadeva remembering the damsel of Brajabhumi who are attentively dance with Lord Sri Krishna in the equal level. So they and embrace with the nuptial love. They are also similar to similar aspiration, or they are also prayer to the mercy of the Lord Sri Krishna. Jai Jagannath, Jai Sri Krishna. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 9, the passing away of Bhīṣmadeva in the presence of Lord Sri Krishna. Here in the verse 41, it was mentioned that at the Raj Rajaswaya Yajna sacrifice performed by Maharaj Yudhishthira, there was the greatest assembly of all the elite men of the world, the royal and land orders, and in that great assembly, Lord Sri Krishna was worshipped by the one and all as the most exact exalted personality of the Godhead. This happened during my presence, and I remembered the incident in order to keep my mind upon the Lord. So here Bhishmadeva telling his experience to everyone that Muni Gana Narpa Bharja Sankule Nata Sadasi Yudhishthira Rajasweya Esam Aharnam Aharnam Upadam Ishwani Ishwaniyo Mama Darshi Gochara Esa Avir Atma. So here the purport is after gaining victory in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Maharaj Yudhishthira, the emperor of the world, performed the Rajasuya sacrifice ceremony. The emperor in those days upon his ascendance to the throne would send a challenge horse all over the world to declare his supremacy, and any ruling prince or a king was at liberty to accept the challenge and express his tacit willingness either to obey or to disobey the supremacy of the particular empire. One who accept the challenge One who accepted the challenge had to fight with the empire and establish his own supremacy by victory. The defeated king would have to sacrifice his life, making a place for another king or a ruler. So Maharaj Yudhishthira also dispatched such challenged horses all over the world, and even ruling prince and king all over the world accepted Maharaj Yudhishthira leadership as the emperor of the world. After this, all the rulers of the world under the regime of Maharaj Yudhishthira were invited to participate in the great sacrificial ceremony of Rajaswaya. Such performance required hundred of millions of dollars, and it was not easy job for a petty king. Such a sacrificial ceremony being too expensive and also difficult to perform under present circumstances is now impossible in the age of Kali. Nor can anyone secure the required expert priesthood to take charge of the ceremony. So, after being invited, all the king and great lord said sages of the world assembled in the capital of Maharaj Yudhishthira. The learned society, including the great philosophers, religionists, physicians, scientists, and all great sages, was invited. That is to say, the Brahmanas and the Kshatriyas, who are the topmost leading men in society, and they were all invited to participate in the assembly. The Vaishya and Sudras were unimportant element in society, and they are not mentioned herein due to the change of social activity in the modern age. The importance of men has also changed in terms of occupational position. So in that great assembly, Lord Sri Krishna was connoisseur of neighboring age. Everyone wanted to see Lord Sri Krishna, and everyone wanted to pay his humble respects to the Lord. Bhīṣmadeva remembered all this and was glad that this worshipful Lord, the personality of Godhead, was present before him in his actual formal presence. So, to meditate on Supreme Lord is to meditate on the activities, form, pastime, name, and fame of the Lord. That is easier than what is imagined as meditation on the impersonal feature of the Supreme. In the Bhagavad Gita 12.5, it is clearly stated that to meditate upon the impersonal feature of the Supreme is very difficult. It is practically no meditation or simply a waste of time, because very seldom is the desired result obtained. The devotee, however, meditate upon the Lord of actual form and pastime, and therefore the Lord is easily approachable by the devotee. This is also stated in the Bhagavad Gita 12.9. The Lord is non-different from his transcendental activities. In this, it is indicated also in this sloka that Lord Sri Krishna, while actually present before human society, especially in connection with the battlefield of Kurukshetra, was accepted as the greatest personality of the time, although he might not have been recognized as the supreme personality of a Godhead. The propaganda that a very great man is worshipped as God after his death is misleading, because a man after his death cannot made it God into God, nor can the personality of a Godhead be a human being, even even when he is personally present. Both idea are misconceptions. The idea of anthropomorphism cannot be applicable in the case of Lord Sri Krishna. Here in this verse 41, it is clearly mentioned what is Ashwamedha yajna or Vashwamedha sacrifice, and what is the process, and how a pure devotee will attain his sense, fame, everything on the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna. So, in this three verse, so we are clearly understood that to get a perfect stage or perfection of life, we need to fix our mind, everything we need to fix our mind, sense, knowledge, everything to the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna. Jai Jagannath, Jai Sri Krishna.